Hey guys, Mark from Soundpure here again, and today I'm really excited to talk with you about what, quite honestly, has become one of my favorite microphones to use. This is the AEA R88 MK2. And what this is two of AEA's ribbon mics set in a perfectly phase-aligned Blumline pair, making this truly ideal for XY and mid-side stereo recordings where you want a nice 3D natural depiction of sound. As you can probably tell by just the sheer size and obviously the weight of this mic, West Dooley and AEA really knocked it out of the park with this design. Now, it does have the same ribbon element as the R84, but it really should not be confused as a stereo version of the R84. This really is its own tonality and design. It uses the same kind of large ribbon element as found in the R44 that AEA makes. So what you can expect from that is with the larger ribbon getting a bigger frequency response, so more of a realistic, natural depiction of the sound that just kind of goes from point A to point B and just covers everything in between. I first fell in love with this mic using it on overheads, just kind of dividing the kit and splitting it and just finding an equal place and using it in XY and hard panning left and right. And I was just really impressed with how wide of a stereo image I got just in that configuration alone. It also really seemed to kind of tame any harsh cymbals and cracking of the snare in kind of a pre-compressed way that just made it so easy to use. But I really think where this mic excels is, quite honestly, as a room mic. I really love it just kind of pulling it back and finding a sweet spot in the room and just letting you capture all the rich and natural tonalities of the room that you're in itself. In a way, it can kind of allow you to play off the room that you're recording in an instrument on its own. I know at my home studio, I'm kind of attached to a warehouse space where I'm really fortunate enough to have a good amount of natural reverb. So it's really fun for me is just kind of experimenting and finding the place where the most reverberant spot is in the room, setting up the R88 and then backing off maybe like 12 feet and blasting an amplifier towards it, or really any source, and then slowly blending that into the mix. And just the result is this natural reverb that really cannot be replicated by any sort of plugin. This thing is really just designed to be extremely user-friendly. AEA really kind of knocked it out of the park with just how much of a set and forget design this can be. I really do think the shock mount is an upgrade above the MK1. It really lets you kind of move it in any position. So whether you just want to have it straight up or kind of if you're in a more precarious room where you need to kind of get it in a certain way, you can do that. And the result is really just taking phase out of the equation and weird sound anomalies and just making it a set and forget thing that lets you just focus on being creative and just listening to the sound that you're capturing. This mic for me has almost become indispensable when I'm using multi-mic setups, and I really think that regardless of the room you're in, regardless of the instrument, this can work. I really love to hear this on an orchestra or even an individual cello or violin to get more of a wide, again, natural representation, and of course on our lovely Steinway here. But I would love to hear what you think about this, whatever you're recording, and be happy to talk about how this mic can work for you. So feel free to shoot us an email anytime at proaudio@soundpure.com, or just give us a call, and myself or any one of the guys here would be happy to talk to you about this mic or any other mics for your setup. Hope to talk to you soon.